Namaskar, I'm Neil. I welcome all of you to UPSC Annual. This is our daily newspaper analysis series, and right now we're going to analyze Hindu and Indian Express from 22nd of January 2023. As usual, we don't have a lot of things to discuss. The newspapers have very little information nowadays as far as exam relevance is concerned. So I still continue to be really surprised how people, make really elaborate videos as far as analysis is concerned. One more thing, we have been getting this pertinent feedback from the viewers that uh, even though they were finding the content to be top notch, some people were facing certain issues in the audio quality. And that is why I decided to finally invest in a decent microphone. I hope you would find the difference in the audio quality in this video. Feel free to let me know your feedback in the comment section or on the Telegram study group. Without further ado, let's begin. Before we begin, for people who are joining me for the first time, this is an about me section of sorts. This is my name, how long I have been in the cycle, what I've done before coming into the cycle, my attempt history, and finally the fact that I have gotten interview call this year for CSE, IFOS, as well as HCS. Let's come to Indian Express first. So we start from page number 1. So anyway, in Sunday edition, we don't have a lot of information, and so we just have 2-3 key snippets of information that we need to keep our eye on. So there's this news about armed forces being given, they're giving the shape to contours of theater plans. So in GS3 security, you can use these keywords, say that the armed forces are drawing up the final contours of theaterization plans, which seeks to integrate Army, Navy, and Indian Air Force and their resources into specific theater commands. So theater, so this is a good keyword, theaterization plan. And what is theaterization about? It is about integration of Army, Navy, and Indian Air Force and their resources into specific theater commands. This is about the first piece of information. Let's come to the next section. Or do we even have a next section? Yes, we have. So on page number 11, this article on caste and access to water, the missing link. My focus was more on this scheme. What I was able to relate to as far as examination relevance is concerned was this part of the article, the initial part of the article, wherein the author speaks about the Jal Jeevan Mission. So I'll make a note of this under GS2 and governance, or there's this section which says that schemes related to empowerment of people at large. So water is an important issue. Issues like healthcare, sanitation, water are pertinent. They keep getting repeated in mains in GS2. So this scheme therefore becomes important. The author speaks about the Jal Jeevan Mission, and so then we get two pieces of information. First, we realize that the initial goal was to supply water to 18 crore rural households by 2024. And number two, right now the government has been able to achieve half of it. So roughly around 9 crore rural households have been supplied water by now. Then the another modality of the scheme which becomes important says that it aims to provide an assured 55 liters per capita per day to every rural household by 2024. So there could be a question in prelims about Jal Jeevan Mission, wherein there could be a statement which says that Jal Jeevan Mission is about water supply to both rural and urban areas. No, it is strictly regulated, strictly in respect to water supply to rural households. The target was 18 crore, 9 crore has been accomplished until now. The target was assured 55 liters per capita per day to every rural household by 2024. That was the time. Let's see if we have any other piece of information too from today's Indian Express. No, we don't. So we had two pieces of information. One was with respect to theaterization of command, important from GS3 security angle, in GS2 governance, and schemes related to empowerment of people at large. From GS2, we have this scheme Jal Jeevan Mission, which aims to provide rural households assured water supply. Then coming to the Hindu. So the first page has this news about the home burial sites to vie for UNESCO tag. So I'm not going to make a note of this because this is prelim specific information. I have repeated this over and over again. I don't make note of prelims related information. I will just try to remember that this Charadev Medans are related to Ahom kingdoms. They are vying for a UNESCO tag, and that is it. So they are related to Ahom rule, Moidams or Madams, a total around 386 that have been explored so far. They are in Assam. That's it. So if there's a match the following, so to say, or how many of the below pairs are correctly matched, and there are some important heritage sites, and then on the right there are states. So maybe they'd match Charaidev Madams to Assam. In that case, the uh, statement would be correct. In case it is matched with Manipur or with another state which is not Assam, then of course that statement would stand to be incorrect. Uh, so that is our first piece of news. Then let's move forward. We come to, so this is a good case study for people who are preparing for Indian Forest Services interview, uh, wherein you can be asked about how do forest officials capture any animal which troubles the human habitation at large. What is the process of trying to capture that animal? Because in the end, the forest official says that the final decision of capturing it can be taken only at the government level. So you should know the modalities. I mean, how does the file pass? For people who are just preparing for prelims or means no exam relevance for them at all. Then we come to page number 7. Page number 7 speaks about the fact that China is building a new dam in Tibet near Indian border. So as far as India-China issues are concerned, from GS2, international relations, neighborhood relations, so this is an angle of hydrological warfare. This is a keyword that I would add to my notes. This keyword, though, is not mentioned in the article, but I have read a lot about this, so I know that whatever that's being spoken about essentially could be condensed into the keyword of hydrological warfare. Make a note of this, it'll add tremendous value. Then this is a prelim specific information. I won't make a note of this. I just revise that this Ghagra river falls into Ganga. It's a tributary of Ganga. So they can say that Ghagra is a tributary of Yamuna. No, Ghagra is a tributary of Ganga. That is it from this page. And finally, page number 12. So page number 12 speaks about why is China's population shrinking. We have seen an article on similar lines since the last couple of days, and there, certain level of that what is happening right now owes its genesis to the one-child policy of China. And now the government is trying to include financial inducements for families with 3 children. So it can be a way forward of sorts, wherein maybe there's a question on population control in India. So I will write something on the lines of how uh, enforcing a strict one-child policy can have future ramifications, similar to how China is facing a crunch in its workforce. So we should focus on empowering people, giving them reproductive autonomy, and also ensuring that the demographic dividend is leveraged and not necessarily roll out policies like one child uh, in a nation at large. That was my takeaway. Then again, this is going to be used in GS2 healthcare. The article says India's plan to eradicate measles rubella. So I'll see that India had set now a target to eliminate measles and rubella by 2023, but we have missed the deadlines. So about the healthcare situation in India, about the issues in maintaining healthcare for child, for toddlers, for infants. This is a point I'm going to make, that of course measles rubella is slated to be eliminated by 23, but earlier we had different timelines which we were not able to match. Then for people who have just started reading newspapers in the last year or so would not be aware that the fact that pandemic happened has led to poor immunization rates. People who've been reading newspapers since 3 years know that this has been a pertinent issue in COVID. We have missed some of our immunization deadlines, and now we are seeing a ramification in terms of children catching these diseases. So then this is this immunization program, Mission Indradhanush, which is launched in 2014. There's another piece of information I get. All three information related to GS2 subsection healthcare. And I think that is it. So we just had two pieces of information from the Indian Express, two pieces of information, three rather, from Hindu, and that is it. If you have not watched the first video in the series, which in which I discuss how I discuss newspaper at large and how you should efficiently utilize your time to gain the maximum out of newspaper reading, I'll put the link of the video on the top right. If you want to see more of my work, go to the description section. I have analyzed prelims 2022 until now, CSAT 2021. I've spoken about how to prepare internal security. I'm also running some courses like on essay, on answer evaluation. You can check them out in the Telegram channel. If you have any follow-up queries, if you want to connect with me, go either to the Telegram channel or leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks a lot, and I shall see you soon. Bye.